everyone, and welcome back to the Breakdown Tech. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build a gaming PC for $500. This was a hard build for me to come up with. I do these build guides all the time, and this one was one of the more difficult ones I've done in a while. I wanted to put a good graphics card in this thing and a competent processor, each stand alone, so that was going to be difficult. Plus, I wanted to make sure it had at least 8 gigabytes of RAM with easy expandability in the future. So a lot of stuff going into this system, but before we get on into it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I also want to remind you that you can check out any of the products that we mentioned in this video in the description down below. The processor, the graphics card, the RAM, the case, everything is linked on Amazon in the description down below. And if you decide to build this system and buy through those links, it really does mean a lot to us because it helps support the channel and keep the lights on here. So let's go ahead and jump on into the video. Well, first off, we need a processor, and we're going to be going with an AMD Ryzen 3 1300X. This is a quad-core processor clocked at 3.5 gigahertz, and because it's from AMD, we're getting it for a really good price, guys. Just over $100, $109 at the time this video is made, and you'll have an awesome freaking processor with 4 cores and a freaking 3.5 gigahertz clock. Awesome stuff. Great offering from AMD there, so thumbs up from me on that. But we're also going to need a motherboard to put it in, so for that we're going with the ASRock A320M Pro 4 Micro ATX motherboard. Now yes, I know we're going with a Micro ATX motherboard here, but the thing is, this thing has a lot of positives too. It's got room for expansion for Wi-Fi cards and Bluetooth and things like that. It also has 4 RAM slots, meaning we can upgrade this thing to 64 gigabytes of RAM without any issues. It's also going to allow us to go from one 8 gigabyte stick to 4 8 gigabyte sticks without any issues as well, boosting us up to 32 gigabytes of RAM in the near future if we want to do it. So there's a lot of positives to this motherboard, and I put a lot of thought into this one. I wanted to make sure the motherboard from this system had a lot of expandability and a lot of room to grow over time. Now, speaking of RAM, to keep the price of the RAM lower, this is becoming the hardest part of builds for me, guys, is figuring out what RAM to put in systems. RAM prices are so expensive right now, and as a matter of fact, in a $500 build, $80 of our budget is going towards the RAM. So that's insane, guys. But for it, we're going with the ADATA XPG GameX D10 DDR4 RAM. Now, actually, for this, we're going with 2 4 gigabyte sticks with the ability to expand for another $80 to 16 gigabytes of RAM in this system, which will be competent. It's enough RAM. It's not going to be lightning fast, Chrome power user 300 tabs kind of RAM, but it'll be enough to game, browse the internet, and be on Discord at the same time. So you're good there, guys. This will be enough RAM at 16 gigabytes. At 8 gigabytes, it's going to allow you to play a game and be on Discord, but not browse Chrome with 10 tabs, for example. So that's kind of what you're looking at. My biggest recommendation moving forward with this build is to upgrade to 16 gigabytes of RAM by just buying another ADATA kit to 4 gigabyte sticks for a total of 16. Then, long term in the future, if you want to upgrade, say, your processor, your graphics card, and your RAM all at once, you can put 64 gigabytes in this system without any issues. So with that being said, let's move on to our hard drive, our HDD. And for that, we're going with a 1 terabyte Hitachi 3.5 inch 7200 RPM drive. This will be a good drive for everything you do. That's what it's going to be for. It's going to be for your OS, it's going to be for your games, all your files, everything is going on this hard drive. You can add in an SSD in the future, but right now, guys, this is a $500 build. An SSD combo, say a Western Digital SSD combo, is still going to cost you around $120. We don't have that budget. This hard drive comes in at a cool $37, and it's 7200 RPM, which is good. It's going to be spinning fast and getting things written quickly. So yeah, it's got good reviews everywhere. No reason not to respect and be okay with this drive. So that's what I'm recommending here. Now here's what you've probably all been waiting for. Eating up $200 of our budget is the graphics card, and for that we're going with an Nvidia GTX 1050Ti. This is a 4 gigabyte graphics card, and it's going to serve you well in games. The graphics card and the processor with the RAM put together only creates a 7% bottleneck. Guys, that is great. That's a great bottleneck. Some system builders, right, like Alienware and people like that, shoot for a 7 to 10% bottleneck at most, and that's what we're looking at here. And the fact this is a $500 build gets a thumbs up from me. By the way, if you upgrade to 16 gigabytes of RAM, it reduces that bottleneck to around 4%, which is even better. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at there. I'm really happy with this graphics card. I'm really happy that graphics card prices are going down, and now I can actually recommend new graphics cards, and that's why I'm recommending a 1050 Ti for this system. Now we still need a case, and for that I needed to go cheap. Again, this is a $500 build, but I wanted it to look cool, and luckily I found a solution. The Raidmax Viper 2 full ATX case fits the bill here. It's got a cool red design on the outside, black and red combo, with a side window to be able to see your awesome build inside. So it's kind of the great combo, plus it's like less than 30 bucks. So awesome all around for me there. We also need a power supply, and we're going with an EVGA BT 450 watt power supply. It is not a fully modular power supply, but luckily you will have plenty of room in this case to route cables and hide all of those cables that come with it. It's not modular at all, guys. But again, a $500 build. So what's the final price on this thing? Well, it comes in at $505.72. Yeah, it's a little over, sure, but it's still close enough to $5 that with price fluctuation and stuff like that, some days it'll be under $500 and some days it will be over $500. Actually, when I built this, it was a $499 system, which was kind of impressive, but now it's $505 at the time I'm recording, so that's fine. But this is the $500 PC build. I would really recommend checking out my $1,500 PC build at the eye up there if you want a more overall well-rounded budget system. This one is a super budget system, guys. Getting into PC gaming for $500, while it is possible again, is still very hard to do. This system will serve you well, but something like that $1,500 build will serve you even better for a longer period of time. Nevertheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for all of the awesome videos we make every single week. We post nearly daily here, and it is awesome. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, all of that awesome stuff. My name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown Tech, and I am out, guys. Peace.